Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yeah, we're painting again. And this time, let me show you what I've got. So, this is an old photo I took. I took it ages ago. I think I took it on my first DSLR as an idea to paint. And bearing in mind, when I took it, I couldn't even paint. But I was looking for ideas to paint even when I couldn't paint. I just thought I would be able to learn. I thought it'd be easy. So I've stuck it above my canvas, which, as you can see, is pink. It's a pinky reddy colour. And the reason I've done that is because I'm trying different coloured grounds. And when you say ground, just think of your painting flat and the first coat you put on is your ground. And then whatever you put on that is on top of the ground. So just think of it like that. It's pretty simple. So we've got this pinky colour, pinky red, and I'm trying this because I know Constable used a reddish ground, so I thought I'd give it a go, see how it affects the painting process. So, my palette of colours, here we go, here's the palette of colours. I don't know what I need, so I just put these ones on. Got some black, which I probably won't use, but it was on there already. And some Viridian green hue, which is really phthalo green. Some burnt umber, ultramarine blue, yellow ochre, chrome yellow, which is a mix. It come out of the tube like that. It's a mix of yellows. I don't know what it is. Cadmium red deep and titanium white. And that titanium white has a bit of chalk mixed in it because it was one of my experiments. And as I'm powering through paint at the moment, I'm using whatever I can get my hands on. So I might just use a bit of this white to put in my brush because my brush is a bit black. And if you watched my candle episode, this brush has not been cleaned. And it's a bit black. So I wash it in my white, just a little bit, and then use a paper towel to wipe it off. And then the brush is less black. I don't mind because I'm going to be using a grey for the sky. So looking at this again, I'll just unstick it. Sorry about the shine. In this painting, well, in this photo anyway, the trees are really dark here. That's my focal point, and I might change the placement of this river because it's a little bit off here, isn't it? So I can probably move that in, or maybe I can have it sort of there, and then I can have a bit of grass over here. So we'll make some changes, but it's just, you know, for an idea. Imagine, stick that back on. Imagine you're out there with your paints and you get the view, and you get a wider view than the photo, and you know, just be creative. You could change things if you want your painting to be different to what you see, then you can. It's your painting, isn't it? I'm using my scaling tool just to scale up the tree size, which is about that. So would that be a good place for the tree, or should I go for there? Let's get a little bit of that grim grey. Grim grey. And we'll put that there. So we've got two trees, one there. I'll put a box in there. Bit bigger. So let's box in this grey box. This is one tree. And we'll have this tree a bit smaller because, I mean, it is only a minor bit smaller, but we'll exaggerate that. So we'll have our two trees there. There's the horizon there. Looks about a little bit under halfway for the horizon, hopefully. It's a bit under half. And then we've got our river. Well, we've got the path. I really like this swoop as it comes round. It sort of swoops round like that. The path goes, swoops round. That goes like there. And I might, the river there. Just goes away. More like that, and then that gives us a bit of grass there rather than the original photo, which is not great. Trying to fit things in on a camera, it can be hard, especially when you haven't got the right lenses and things. That's my excuse. I'll just move my mic a touch. Hopefully the audio's okay, hopefully everything works okay. And here we go. Let's get started. So I'll get some of this titanium white. It's got a bit of the brown. I'm not fussed. Get some of the blue. Okay. Some of the brown. So the sky is grey. The sky is grey. And it wants to have like a bluey colour to it. Yeah, my sky's bluer than the picture. But like I said, we do what we like. It's our painting, isn't it? So we'll start filling this in. A bit going down like that. And we'll go into different mixtures for the sky. Right now I'll go into a bit more of the blue. Bit more blue and brown. I don't want the sky to be all the same. Just getting that a bit lighter, but to the blue side. So there we go. So it's quite a dark day today. The rain clouds are out. It's very grey. Similar to this painting. Really dark. Dark day. It's interesting. What I'll do is try and leave some of this pinky colour to poke through, and it will create a warmth to the whole painting. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I think that's what'll happen. I'm sure that's what'll happen. And got some of this browny colour here. And a bit of that down here as well. Get a bit more of the white. We've got to think we've got a background coming across there, so we don't want this to be too thick down this area, so we'll spread that out a little bit more just to thin it a little bit, because we're going to start putting other colours on there. It's going to start changing. A bit more of the bluey colour over this side. Some of this colour can go in here. But what we can get, hopefully, with this warm undertone that's going to pop out in places, it's just going to add a bit of interest, a bit of change. Like I said, I've not used this before. I've used a dark red, I think it's called Ball. Something like that. I can't remember. And I've used umbers. I've not used these sort of red or yellow surfaces. These are the things that I'm going to experiment on and see what kind of effects you get and whether it's worth bringing it into my painting when I'm thinking, oh, what shall I do? Shall I throw in some of this red? How can I make things more dramatic? Maybe I could have like something like this. Maybe a bright red background. Well, that might be interesting. We'll see. So what I'm doing is I'm going in between my blues and my lights, picking up a bit of, every now and then I'll just pick up a bit more of the white, throw it in my colour, and then on the canvas, when my arm feels like it's blocking, I'll go onto my left arm. I'm awful at painting with my left, so just bring in a bit more of the light, thinking clouds. When you think cloud, you gotta go a bit lighter. I don't want to be pure white, of course. Okay. Just filling that bit up, just filling it up. Quite like the bit of blue and brown, get that sort of dark there. Just sit back, have a look. So since the trees are quite light, trees are quite light, the trees are quite dark. They're really dark actually. Let's lighten what's around them, and that way they're going to go pop out of the canvas. That'll do. So we've got places of the warm showing through. We've got this. Now and then we'll put some cloud. I'm using this sort of motion to keep my arm moving and keep the paint moving. Don't want to get too stuck in an area because I want there to be a little bit of movement in the sky, a little bit of things going on. So I'm going to let some more light in this room. It's quite dark. Hopefully that's a little bit lighter. Yeah, it is. Right, I can see now. I can see what I'm doing now. It's funny because I've been painting to natural light because I find it easier on my eyes anyway, and I've had quite nice light. It's been quite nice, but today so dark. Right, I'm gonna make a. Speaking of darks, actually, I don't want to make it too dark yet. I'm just throwing in some. Let's make some blue and green, bluey green, into this light. That's quite nice actually, a bit of brown in it. So I've got like this colour, and I'm thinking of the background. I'm thinking of the background trees and things, and we'll put them in now. So we got them all the way along here. Just make these indications of background. And of course it's quite far away, so the atmosphere is taking away the strength of the colours, and does work quite well when you've got a bit of sky colour there. You can play with the shapes. Overall, the trees are almost the same height. And then it comes all the way across here, and then over here, and then it goes down like that. Something like that. Then we've got sort of a yellow to the mistiness. I might pick out a few. A little bit of that shape. I like that. That gives our distant horizon. Okay, now, yeah, there's like a yellowness. So what I might do, pick up some yellow ochre with this. So I've got some yellow ochre, bit of white. Now this should, theoretically, because it mixes with this, it'll automatically dull away a bit. Okay. Gives a little bit of colour. Like I said, it just dulls away a bit because of the colours that are on there. Okay, let's just have a look at that. And now what I want to do, a bit of the blue and brown mixture. Put in a few of these other little details, little trees here and there. Do them as accurate as you want, or just make them up. Make them up in your landscape. Maybe you want them to be different. I'll just indicate it a little bit there, and a few more trees there. And then we've got a liner, so we can go into a bit more of the dark, a bit more of the green, a bit more of the brown. And then we can come forward a bit to about there. Put in a few indications of trees. Picked up a little bit of the light yellow there just to do a quick indication of the tops. So over here there's a lot more mass. So let's mass that in there. A lot more tree mass. And over here as well. I mean, these trees go about there, that's the bottom of our box for those trees, and then we've got the more trees over here. And a couple there. Quite like them shapes. There's all sorts going on there now. We need a bit more of the this colour, more of this yellowy colour. Okay. Now I want to just put some indication, sort of lighter bits on some of these trees anyway. More of the yellow ochre and white, a bit more of the yellow ochre and white. Okay, just sitting back having a look. Need a lighter spot along there. So we need a bit more paint on the brush. So sometimes you don't want the paint to move much. You just want it to sit there to create the effect, and that'll do for that. I might put in a couple of more of those. They're not over there on the picture, but I quite like them. Just adds a bit more to it, doesn't it? And then we've got a little bit of light that goes through here. Just want that to sort of sit on top a bit. Always sitting back having a look. Always sitting back having a look. Okay, I want to put these trees in now. These are a bit closer, so they're going to be a bit darker. So blue, brown, green, a bit more of the blue. So I want it to be quite dark. These trees are dark. They're the furthest forward. So I might bring them down to about there. So that rounded cannonus at the top. Okay, something like that. That's not bad actually. That does actually represent that tree quite well. And then this one as well. See, I'm not using that much pressure. I don't want the paint to all mush. I'm trying to think about tree branches and shape. Bringing that forward, and now there's quite a lot of this warmth there which we need to get rid of, because we can't have too much warmth, can we? Because it looks weird. So we'll get some of our sky colour that we made earlier. It's bluey grey onto a brush. I might use a different brush. Yeah, that brush is a bit rubbish. Try this one. This is one of my new brushes. It's a funny paint when you have a load of chalk in it. But it's interesting. Right, so that's nowhere near enough paint. You need, when you're doing like just blobbing it on, you really need a lot of paint like this. Got a bit of brown in there. There we go. So you need lots. Right, let's you want light going in between all this, because majority of trees you can see through them. You can see through them. If you paint them as just one block and just throw on highlights, they don't look right. They're not natural looking trees. They always have light going through them. You notice that the more you're out there with your sketchbook or your paints and stuff, or even just looking, just imagine you're painting. I do that quite a lot actually. Just imagine I'm painting what I'm looking at, how I would do it, thinking about it. Always thinking about how to paint something. So there, we had a bit of light in there. I think I'll just grab a bit of yellow ochre. So I've just added a bit of yellow ochre into this, and I'm gonna put a hint of a bit of light in some of these areas. Not too much. I'll keep it quite dark, but a little bit more green in it. I'll let it keep some of its warmth as well. Okay, sitting back, having a look. Let's put this dark in there. Maybe a little bit of a sort of a hedge there. There we go. So that's that part. Now we need to. What I'll do is I'll just wipe my brush. Now I want to grab some of this yellow ochre and some of this chrome yellow over here. Bit of the green. Well, that green's quite bright, really. Got some white in it. I want to make it more sort of yellow ochre. More ochre. Okay, that's probably there. That's probably close to what I want. I want it to be bright still. I'm going quite bright. Brighter than the picture anyway, because I want this to stand out now. So I'm going to go for this foreground area using quite a lot of paint, filling it this yellow yellowy green. Some of it I think I'll go for a really... That was just yellow, ochre and white. Gone for a really light. Might throw that in it as well. A bit more yellow ochre in it. Oh, that's better. Using quite a bit of paint. Let some of that warmth come through. I don't mind a little bit of it coming through. So we get this angle. So I pulled a little bit of that dark through, which I didn't want to do. So I'm going to pick up a bit more of this colour, just place it on like that, quite lightly, light pressure. Just place it on, and I want some of this here to show light that goes through, maybe a bit there as well. Along here. Okay. Now there was actually poppies that I could see, but I don't really want poppies in this one, to be honest. I quite like the way it's looking. Now we need a bit of dark browny colour. So I've got some of the burnt umber. More burnt umber. Burnt umber and white. Might throw a bit of red in it, a bit of cad red, just to warm it up. Now I'm thinking about the pathway. Let's see if we can, because we've got the path going along here, sort of goes along there, and then it comes around. Well, it kind of comes off actually. Red and brown, like that. Comes off there, doesn't it? And it goes off. I love that going like that. Something like that. Just sit back, have a look. So we've got a nice green along here as well. Just filling that in. Just filling that green in. And then we've got green coming. I'll just go into a little bit of this colour in with our green here, and we'll start using this to go around here. Nearly dropped my palette on myself. This is just our blocking in method. Get it in there. Okay, and then I'm going to have a bit of a dark area there. And along here. We'll have that disappear in there. Like that. Then we can get some more of this grass. We'll just assume it. We can make this bit up. We'll just put it there. Thinking about it going around like that. Okay, and just sit back, have a look at that. yeah, that's alright. I might get a bit of the yellow. It's chrome yellow, this. Chrome yellow in with this colour. I'm going to put a few of these in here, in amongst it. And then kind of bring it forward. Okay. Got an indication of this. Let's go this brown. Burnt umber in with this one and put in a few lines. And then a little bit of light. I think I need it to be really light for it to show. I'm into the white and the burnt umber. White and burnt umber. There's a bit of yellow ochre in there as well. I want it to be quite light for it to show, and then I'm gonna just put in a few of these. Different angles. Indication of, you know, grassy stuff. Okay, something like that. We can always indicate it over here using a line. And then I think I'll start moulding this grass. And this grass, I think it needs a bit more brown and blue in it. I want to do a bit more of this to start with, actually. That's better. We've got a bit more of this here first. Okay. Right, that's better. And I want some of this brown along here as well, with the white in it. Okay. I'd like to come out a bit more. And put a bit of cad red in it, a bit of white cad red. Okay. A bit of yellow ochre. Something like that, and now I can start doing the green again. Bit of the blue, green, yellow. Okay, let's have a look at that. See how this looks now. using brush strokes to create this sort of rounded shape there. A few more yellowy strokes. A bit more yellow. Just sit back, have a look at that. Always sitting back having a look to see what it looks like. I've got that shape a bit better now. And then over this side. I'm going to throw in a bit of these brown bits and over there as well. Okay. Yeah, I quite like that. That's coming on. Might go for a little bit lighter still in places. A bit of yellow and white. Really light. Okay. Flatten that off a bit. Okay, now I want to get this path in. I might darken this path just so it's more visible. Yeah, okay. Now I just need to get some of that water in. So we use the same as the sky colour. So just the same sky colour start. Okay. And then there's kind of a dirty green, dirty browny green in the water. That's where stuff's like kind of growing on the surface of the water. Almost look like straight lines. Just wiggle the brush a little bit to get it. And there's a line there where the water sort of goes round. I'll do that a bit darker. It kind of goes down there as well. Yeah, I kind of want to darken some of these because they do kind of blend away a bit together. Something like that. Sort of a bluey green. I'm just throwing some dark around here. Okay, and now with the same kind of dark, there's some dark areas in the grass as well. So put them in. And then might just give that a bit of a just sitting back, having a look at the whole painting. I think we need a few more. Yeah, I quite like that. It's quite interesting. Of course, you can do all kinds of things when you're doing a painting. You can add things. I'm tempted to add a few little birds, actually. That brush might be alright. I'm just going to add a couple of birds in there. Because I've walked down this area a few times, and the best thing ever was when a giant heron just flew right next to me, and I was like, So let's put in a little bit of a bush there. And you could put someone in your painting walking their dog or whatever you like. Or you could put a signpost in or anything. You could do anything with yours. I might just finish that off with a bit of a signature. Just pick up some yellowy reddy colour. You can't really see it. I'll have to sign it again when I find one of my liner brushes. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is just shows you how a different coloured ground could make your painting have something extra that pulls through the paint, because this has a sort of a red atmosphere pushing through the paint, and it shows up in areas, and I quite like it. It's interesting. Yeah, final look. I think I'm okay, maybe. You know, you can go on forever when you're painting, you really can. I'm thinking it'd be nice with some yellowy white on this smaller brush. I could really get a few of these. A bit more shape and a bit more movement in it. I think that looks a bit better. I also think there could be more here. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to stop, otherwise I'll be painting this for hours on end. So yeah, I'll say thanks very much for watching this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give you an idea of what you could do. A bit of the old oil paint out, having a bit of fun, experimenting. I'll put the brush down. So thanks so much for watching this one, and I'll see you in another one. Cheers, bye.